wing, who missed the last 6.
So interesting to note here, in warm-up, McLaughlin was taking all the reps in the middle of the ice, but on the strong side for Spellacy, he goes in to take the draw.
Owen Top led the Storm in penalty minutes this season. Back in behind the net, takes a hit. Frossard up the wing, knocked down Spellacy. Rimmed around, McLaughlin out of his reach. Fibbiger gets there first, will dump it back into the corner. Villeneuve lets it go. Check there, attempted on Snellgrove. He rolls off. That shot goes just wide. Pinching is Woodall, reads it well. From the hash marks, he's worked over by a couple of Storm, back down to the corner. Pass picked off. It is Frossard back up the wing, and now Miedema, the former Spitfire, now an overager. We'll push it ahead, and he'll get it out to center and just get it inside the lines.
And when you have depth, you want to use that. You want to roll them over. That's exactly what the Spitfires have been able to do here early in this hockey game, getting everybody into the game and playing in the Guelph zone.
Costanzo back in behind the goal. He's going to leave there for the veteran Kennedy. Up the wing. Spitfires can't clear. Wysick got a stick on it. Now it'll come out. Shabinsky. Robinson back in behind the net. A rookie this season, but he does have some playoff experience. Came in last year for the Spitfires. Dumped in wide of the goal. O'Shane gets to it first. Takes a hit from Cristoforo. Back out to center. Waiting for it. Nesbitt. They just stay onside. A wayward stick gets in the way. Nesbitt left for Greentree. Couldn't get a shot.
Shot from Nesbitt on that power play on the one-time side to his left. Perfectly, and had that left pad there ready to make the save.
Dumped in by Greentree. Gets upended by Frossard. Finding it on the far side is Woodall. 7th ranked penalty kill for the Storm in the regular season. Fibbiger onto Cristoforo. Moves it to Greentree. Quick shot. Again, Jovanovski reads it well. Pass banked back to Cristoforo. Holds the line and keeps it in. Fibbiger, near side Greentree. Cross ice to Woodall. Woodall back to Greentree. They're throwing it around. Fibbiger now back down to Woodall. He sends it in towards the goal, looking short side and missed. Now Greentree drives the net, goes off the post. The Spitfires finally set up on the power play. They had chances, but were all over and out of position. They were throwing it around. Woodall back down to Fibbiger. He looks across the front of the net. Shot goes right through and kicked away by the left pad of Jovanovski. This top Spitfire power play has played the engine by me. I had a couple of comments with him here just prior to the game and telling us about his time over there.
How long has he been the captain?
A couple years now. And if you remember back during the Olympics, obviously Sidney Crosby, the men's captain, and Marie-Philippe Poulin, the women's captain, he was featured in all those commercials.
Yes,
with
yes,
three of them. He's got to hang out. He's golfed with them. Let's see if he's got them on speed dial. And that's a nice little couple names to have in the Rolodex, I'm sure. Lockered away by Jovanovski. That goes out of play. Played a lot of playoff games here the last few years. They've kind of settled into it.
There's that stanchion again to the left of Joey Costanzo. Puck went around the glass and instead comes back out through the middle of the zone unexpectedly. Although I guess the more you play here in Windsor, you should expect it over in that corner.
What do they say? Expect the unexpected in that corner? Yeah, we've seen that. And a 7-1-1-1 record down the stretch for that push to get that home ice advantage at least into the second round if they make it that far.
But just by a point over the Flint Firebirds. They were going back and forth. Flint actually had the lead there for the better part of the last couple weeks. So as good as Windsor was down the stretch, so were the other teams in and around them, especially the Flip it in.
Serwin in front, all alone was Pape. Costanzo left pad save. How did he get so open?
The Spitfires were thinking offense to transition, think it was going the other way. Instead, they leave a guy wide open in the slot. Joey Costanzo had to make his biggest save of the 4 he's had to make here in the first period so far.
Well, that's all you need to say. That one gets by, and we're back to a 1-1 game despite the Spitfires lean on the shot clock. Here comes Hopkins, Toronto Maple Leaf draft pick back in.
Gritty player. He's showing no signs of letting up here tonight. Sacrificing his body here in the first period late. with a block shot.
Fibiger in, waiting for it as Greentree checks the shoulder, chops it back, but gets all the way outside the zone for Woodall. Forced back by Stevens. Woodall bumped. Can't get it by McKenzie. Now Gallagher back in on it. His shot into the midsection. Joey holds down low on the draw. Harvey for the Spits. Wins it back to the corner. And that puck will come out. Frossard, a beauty of a goal in Erie late in the season. Here's Hopkins. Off wing, there's a big save. A right pad save by Costanzo, and then follows it up with a Frossard shot.
Shot by Hopkins. He snaps this thing. Costanzo follows up.
We're not really a young team. We got 2-3 third-year guys. He goes, we just haven't had the playoff experience, and I don't like that pushback, but we'll be better here for the next 40 and looking to steal one to take it back home. At least even for the Sleeman Center for Game 3. Hopkins, shorthanded, trying to dish it to the middle. Spitfires unable to really get anything going here with the man advantage and some fresh ice. Nesbitt along the wall, dishes far side. Nice play by Shabinski, get a piece of it, got it to the line, and now
Before he came on with you. So it's different, though, his season being done in March.
Yeah.
Typically, he said they go till June.
Really? Robinson swings it out. Spitfires looking to get something going. Ferrand was cocked and ready, and a good stick there by Gallagher, and then they almost broke away with Snellgrove busting up the middle. 15 seconds left, the man advantage. Here's Garden on the left side, drops back to Villeneuve. The former Sudbury Wolf picked up at the deadline off the stick of his old teammate Alex Ferrand. Top. Given away. Spitfires trying to keep it in. They will. McKenzie's out of the box. Power play's over. Spitfires are 0 for 3 with a man advantage. Here's Spellacy, side of the goal, trying to just shovel one towards the net. It doesn't get through. And they will come away. Trying to get back even in this one. No goal. We're back to 1-0. 16:54 to go in the second. Jakob Isaac, second overall pick in the most recent OHL priority selection. Next week will be the decider on who will have the first pick coming up in the next. There's a shot that got right to the move on the other side for the Spitfires. Draw one by the Storm. It's Frossard. Back around, getting to it first is Woodall, and the outlet for Villeneuve up the middle, and Spellacy just got a touch on it. Can't get it much further. Guelph hanging around in this one. 17-9, the Spitfires shot. Villeneuve deposits a Storm into the bench. That was Frossard as he is now exited back on the ice. The Spitfire fans enjoyed that. Spellacy right side. Trying to center. Gets it back.
We couldn't see him for a while. And that is a big body. Eric Frossard, 6'4".
Centering, Spitfire save, rebounds. Down for Beauchene, his clapper blocked there by McKeish. Trying to get on his horse right side, or rather left side, and Frossard just slows him up. Ties him up in behind the net. Now Isaac at the backhand, held in by the Spits. Brown, that one tipped in front, just went past the near post. Hopkins on the second try, gets it out. Now Brown out to center. Garden. Rolling puck, takes it wide. Frossard keeps him outside. Backhander towards the net. Wysick a touch on it. Shabinski now will skate it out. Batted away by the Spitfires.
Carson Woodall, the second leading point getter amongst defensemen in the league this season, makes an excellent defensive play with a good stick to break up that 3-on-1 opportunity for the Guelph Storm.
He sold out for it too, because if he didn't
in amongst teenagers. Not the case for Carson Woodall. Steady all season long, excellent reads, confident in his play. When you have that confidence, you
well, the last win here by Guelph at the WFCU Center wasn't that long ago. March 14th, 2024. They won 5-1. Jake Carabella had 3 points. So did Jet Luchenko in that game. Davis.
Jake Carabella, an excellent season with the Ohio State Buckeyes. Their leading point getter, I believe.
Will be a teammate of that guy next year. Jakob Fibiger jumps up into the play. Dropped off. There's a shot. Joe Costanzo.
Former teammate of mine, Scott O'Connor, played for them partway through the year, so knew of that one. And then in Kitchener, the year before I coached in the league, Kitchener beat out the Sioux Greyhounds in the Western Conference Final the year they were hosting.
Here's Liam Greentree trying to get it over to Nesbitt. Jack, 13 points in his last 7 games. That one sent through from Walton. Frossard gets it on the forehand, forced by Caden Harvey. Greentree poking away at it.
7 goals, 6 assists for 13 points in those 7, but 7 goals in his last 4 games to finish the season. A hat trick up in the Sioux for Jack Nesbitt.
And every one of those games mattered, too, for the Spitfires down the stretch, as they were really pushing for that West Division crown.
Well, with Belchez, Villeneuve, and Spellacy out of the lineup, we talked about players needing to step up. And there's Nesbitt with a one-time chance, and he certainly was one of those guys, if not the guy down the stretch, producing offense for the starts to roll over. The Spitfires were hemmed in their own zone, forced an icing. Guelph won the draw, kept them in. They were able to change one. And then when they had to change everybody else, Garden was the lone forechecker, and Guelph just turned it up ice. And here, 15 minutes of the hockey game.
That puck gets up into the face of Robinson. Wysick follows it up back to the point. That gets knocked down in front now. Robinson quickly, puck ahead, just poked away from Garden, who had snuck in behind Frossard. Here's McLaughlin, an assist on the Villeneuve goal. Up the wing, and he gets by Robinson outside the zone. Here's Kennedy. Turn back up ice. It's Hopkins trying to get a step. Hop on the wings. Spitfires Villeneuve wins it back for Fibiger. The outlet from Carson Woodall, who led defenseman in assists this year. Here comes Davis. Nice little move. Drives the net. And a big save, Joe Manowski.
Well, right from their own zone, defensive zone draw, set play to go out the weak side to the winger who dropped off low. Instead, Woodall recognized it wasn't there. Came out the strong side. Rink-wide pass to the neutral zone in Davis.
Corner, it's Jaco Wysick. The outlet for Nesbitt. Nesbitt, as you could hear Caden Harvey calling for it. He was charging up and might have had a lane there. Good work by the active stick by the Storm defenseman. Nesbitt wrapped around, waiting for his Greentree on the backhand. Frossard trying to get a stick on it. Out of the scrum is Harvey. That's Nesbitt. Just backhands it back to an empty wing. Harvey will find it. Shovels it down for Greentree off the back of the net. Robinson was in deep. Wysick out to center. And it's knocked down by Snellgrove. Bouncing puck for Miedema. Miedema's shot blocked. Big hit there by Harvey on Miedema. Singh jumps in to keep it alive. 34 seconds left. Now Robinson. Harvey sliced in off of Singh. Frossard's first back on it. Miedema on the outlet for Serlin. He'll take a bump. And batted back in by Connor Walton. Singh out to center. It's Serlin. Chipped in. Brown checks the shoulder.
But as we've mentioned, they have been used to mixing and matching all season long. And I continue to write down line combinations. We are up almost 10 different ones, aside from the original 4 that were deployed up until Cristoforo's absence.
We kind of mentioned that with Liam there in that second intermission. His top now is going to get a shot off, and again through it.
And the Spitfires have a 3-0 lead.
Jakob Fibiger for the Spitfires, a deadline pickup. Won a silver medal at the World Juniors, and then comes back to a new team, the Windsor Spitfires. Off the stick of Gardner in. Frossard trying to use the body loose to the front of the net. Spitfires Games follows it up with a shot right in front of the net. Hopkins trying to lean on his man and get in after it.
Greentree And Woodall, the assist on the fifth here with 13:16 to go in the third period.
Colts continue to lead the Niagara Ice Dogs 2-1. Flint's dominating 6-0 over Owen Sound. Jacob Battaglia, 5-point night so far in that one.
He's right to the top of the scoring list and lead the playoffs after night one.
3 for 7 on the power play tonight for Flint, beating up on Owen Sound. Peterborough, still no score. North Bay Adamovsky has got the only one there. It's 1-0. The first night of the OHL playoffs.
Well, that's the 4 or 5 matchup in here with just over 10 to go. We're not getting weird bounces, but there's Villeneuve with another shot block.
That was a puck that was dumped in, and it came right back to the high slot. Those stanchions down in that corner are just something to behold. There, never really trust what that puck's going.
Souvenir puck from Michael Newlove.
See, this isn't a special haircut for Michael Newlove. The shaved heads, he's had that all season. I asked Liam Greentree, I said, what's this all about? And he said, you know what, I needed a haircut. I went for it. Nesbitt for the Spitfires, Gallagher for the visitors. Top chops at it, gets it out the zone, and that's going to go length of the ice. Another icing coming up.
Not get that thing by Joey Costanzo, as none of the Guelph Storm have been able to so far tonight, not for a lack of effort.
Tag Vader has scored for the Barrie Colts, are ahead 3-1, and now the Flint Firebirds are ahead 7-0. Jacob Battaglia, his 6th point of the night. 2 goals, 4 assists. Villeneuve had hit the ice. He had started to dart up, and Walters called him back, said, no, you get back and play it a little differently here. Snellgrove out of the zone, onto the wing for Serlin. His shot kicked back into the corner. Brown rides his man into the wall. Walton on the outlet for Davis. Davis rolling puck, doesn't get it to Garden cleanly, and Miedema will break it up. Here's Frossard, red line and in off the skates. Waiting for it is Walton. Ferran had an assist on the opening goal from Nathan Games, coming just a minute 59 in. Spitfires in no hurry whatsoever to move that puck, as they will look to play out the final 6:15. Taking the hit, sent in, scores! Spitfires waved off immediately.
Pucks in the neutral zone, they're trying to spring guys. Good thing I didn't say, because
that would have been foolish, Nick.
Yeah. They're able to spring Greentree, and he does the rest.
I'll move a little. Forsbergian one-hander. Tucked it in behind Jovanovski. 4-0 Spits. McKeish, left side, top. Gets them tangled up. They ride each other into the end wall. Snellgrove as Garden falls. And the Spitfires chop at it to the line, and it stays. Nope, it gets out. Just that last second poke by Avery. Here's Miedema. His shot goes wide of the goal. Miedema wanting a penalty, saying he was held there by McKeish. Doesn't get the call he wanted. And he slaps his stick as he heads off the ice. Minute 40 left in this one. Backhander out to center. McKeish got a piece of that. No icing. Here's Rowan top.